And hopefully you're all good. I think we're live. Yep, it says so. Sometimes it's a bit of a trick to get this stuff all sorted, but hey folks, welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. I hope you're all well, wherever you are. Give us a shout out in the chat if you're online right now, just so I can make sure all of the tech is working. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat, Thursday, 19th of August. There we are. Everyone's on. Live, loud and clear. Thanks, Riley, James, Brendan, Allison, Yasmin. Good morning, team. Good morning, gang. Good to see you guys on. Fantastic to hang out with you again this morning. Andrew's there with a cup of coffee. Good to see, mate. Good to see. While things are warming up, while everyone's jumping on this morning, quick intros as always. Welcome back to the regulars. Awesome to have you here. Heath, morning, mate. Chris, Jay, Glenn. Good to see you guys jumping in and dropping by. If you're new, say g'day. Give us a shout out in the chat. Say new in the chat. And my name's Jason Witten. If you haven't met me before, been investing in real estate across Australia and New Zealand for 22 odd years now, over 20 years, and coaching and helping Australians invest since 2003. Done a few deals, and every morning hang out with a few crazy crew who are into property investing also, and we do a few things together. Have a bit of a chat about property investing. So good to see all of you guys here. Fantastic to have everyone on this morning, and thought we might talk about the investor pendulum, the emotions of a marketplace. You know, property investing or any investing, the general marketplace is completely irrational. I don't know if you guys notice this or know, when you start to have the mental and emotional fortitude to start analysing your decisions, start understanding the market and what goes on, you quickly realise, team, gang, that the market is quite crazy, quite emotional, up and down, often and to extremes, okay? And I want to talk about that this morning. This is a bit of a take on a thing that I've seen at Kerwin Ray's. He talks about the emotional pendulum, extremely awesome information and tool, and I've sort of nicked a little bit of it and put it into the investor pendulum, and we're going to talk about that this morning because emotions for you as an investor are extremely dangerous. They're a dangerous thing to have when it comes to making decisions in the world of investing in real estate. And let me, put that in context for us this morning when it comes to understanding how we do this, because often when we get involved in real estate, when we get involved in shares, we get involved in business, when we get involved in any investing whatsoever, our decision-making process is often driven by some emotional challenge, issue, or need, and emotions, quite frankly, team, can make you stupid. Okay, I don't know if anyone's had that before. Why did you do it? Well, I was either one extreme or the other. So let me go through that this morning. Before I do, I might give a quick shout out to Laura, Allison, Reburn, good morning. Morning, Nick, down in lockdown, mate. Thinking of you, sending you positive vibes, mate. Hang in there. Simon, Jimmy, and Margaret. Good morning to you guys. So great to have all of you guys on today. And let's have a little bit of a chat. Two extremes of the investor pendulum I see all the time. One extreme right now is this one. People are excited. Okay, people are excited. People think they're going to miss out, fear of missing out, okay? And on a scale of kind of -10 to +10, the marketplace right now is all abuzz, all right? The uneducated investor right now is excited. They're running in, just paying whatever price. Owner-occupiers are in there paying silly money, okay? And at this end of the spectrum, what do you guys think right now? Tell me in the chat. Do you reckon this is a great way to make a decision? Is this a good place when you're emotionally charged? Woo, everything's exciting. It's all going up. Everyone I've talked to has made money. And this is my shout out to a lot of people right now. This market movement is not normal, okay? This is a moment in time. We should take advantage of it as we are doing as property investors. But right now, only making a decision based on the excitement in this marketplace right now is what I would call stupid, okay? Just because everything's going up and you'll have a go, not a very good way to become a property investor. What we all know, you guys know, buy well, never sell, you've got a strategy, you've got a plan. At this end of town, this excitement makes you stupid, okay? It makes you stupid. You'll pay more than you should. You'll pay more than you should. You will buy substandard real estate. You'll buy rubbish real estate. You'll buy rubbish real estate because I'm going to miss out. Oh, it's the next one. All right, you won't take your time. What happens here in this world is we make bad decisions. The amygdala hijack. You're dead right, Christina. Okay, and I don't know if anyone's ever done a little bit of training and self-development in this space. When we are at both ends of the spectrum, our body is flooded with chemicals. Our amygdala, our fight or flight system, kicks into gear, and we technically become very chemically stupid. All right? So, down this end of town, we've got to be careful. Right now, this is where we are at. This is where we're at. And we could pay more. We would buy something that we normally wouldn't buy. We would buy an area that, 3 to 5 years ago, we would have said it's rubbish, you'd never buy there, but now you're going to buy there. Understand this excitement and irrationality is a danger for people right now. At the other end of the spectrum is also not good for us as property investors either, all right? This is where we sit in fear. We are frozen, all right? And a recent example of this fear and frozen, the sort of the negative end of this spectrum, the investor pendulum, was like 4 or 5 years ago when there was rhetoric and talk about, we're going to remove negative gearing. We're going to go after capital gains tax. Yeah, Alison, yeah, it does sound like the honeymoon phase of a relationship. It's true, because we end up with, chemicals that are good, and maybe sometimes we're not thinking straight, all right? But, 4 or 5 years ago, the uneducated investor was saying things like, I'm out, I'm selling my properties, the property market is crashing. They use words like this. They use words like crash, bubble, whatever. Over here, what words are they using over here? Again, boom, whatever. The emotional words fuel our stupidity when it comes to decision making. All right, gang, listen to me now, okay? This is very important. If you catch yourself with your language going, it's a bust, it's a boom, right? Wrong language, wrong language. Retrain yourself, and Brendan, you're already onto it, my friend, straight away. Retrain yourself as an investor to use good language, to make sure your brain and your emotions click into gear for us to make smart decisions, okay? Over here, crash, bubble, fear, frozen, all right? Again, this is making us stupid. Because you know what? I can tell you right now, 4 years ago, we were investing in properties in amazing locations that now are $200,000 more. Okay? And what happens is the fear and frozen stupid are now paying the excited FOMO boom rubbish prices. Sadly, this unfortunately happens again and again and again. And you know what happens? The people who buy over here, they buy here with no plan, and then they sell over here because they buy as a market adjusts, they buy at the top and then they sell at the adjustment, which is normal and small, okay? Because they have no plan, they have no strategy, they've got no support, etc., etc. But Brendan nailed it a moment ago. He said, sounds like, folks, we need to be in the middle. And you're dead right, Brendan. We need to be right smack bang. Actually, purple's not a good colour on here, is it? Let's do white. I think it's a better one to see. All right, let's do this. We need to be in the middle, in the neutral zone when it comes to making decisions. How do we end up, team? Tell me a few things in the chat. Tell me a few things in the chat. How do we end up in the middle of this investor emotion pendulum? What things do we bring to this situation to help us stay in the middle and be centered, neutral, centered in this conversation? Chuck them in the chat for me. I can tell you one thing. You need some knowledge. You need some experience. Okay, you need some knowledge and experience. Okay, I've taught you guys this many times. Buy well, never sell. Andrew, that's exactly right, which means you have a strategy and you know why you're doing this. You're not buying it for the boom, and you don't care if there's a bit of an adjustment. You don't care. You bought it for a plan for 20 years. Okay, you need to have a plan. You need a strategy. You need some tactics sometimes. Tactics. Okay, you need some support from some experts. You need a 6-star team. Okay, these things keep us centered in the middle here to make good decisions. Is it a perfect time to buy property? Yeah, absolutely. Is it a perfect time to buy property? Absolutely. If your plan has a 20-year version and your role right now is to acquire the number of properties, the rents, whatever it might be. You can't control the greater market, like Alison is saying. I said this one the other day. What do you control? What don't you control? There are things that you can influence and there are things you cannot. Okay? For us, we need to make sure we're in the middle here. There's a set of language. Language, I think that's how you spell it. Language. There's a set of language that makes you smart, team. Okay? There's language that makes you smart. There's language that helps you go the distance. Okay? This is normal. Understanding what is normal. Understanding what is not normal and what you might do about it. Those sorts of things, okay? How do we do this? Well, certainly for me, and maybe for you, have some personal and self-development. I've invested probably over $1 million, I reckon, in personal training, knowledge, self-development, emotional, mental, spiritual development so I can make great decisions as a property investor. I can make great decisions as a dad. I can make great decisions as a husband, a great decision as a good person on the planet. We all should invest a little bit of that, because remember, team, you, me, we are the number one asset we have in our arsenal to add value and wealth to our life. Yeah, you're the one. You're the numero uno asset, number one, okay, as we go along. So hopefully that makes sense, team. I just wanted to sort of touch base with this one today, because for me, yes, there's a lot of excitement in the marketplace. And team, take advantage of it. This is a great opportunity. It's a fantastic opportunity. But when we enter that market, we know that it's a momenting market. It's a moving market in a direction which is positive for us for the moment. We know it has a finite period of time that momentum will occur. We know that we should buy really well. We know quality, flight to quality. We know flight to quality stands up way better in this adjustment period than any other type of property in the Australian marketplace. So flight to quality property just does that, team, okay? Rubbish property adjusts in value because rubbish now is always rubbish, okay? Secondhand crappers in Shitsville, you're paying too much right now. I can tell you, I've seen people paying way too much for something that's cheap that, 3 years ago was maybe half the price, and it will go back there because the economics of those locations are not being lifted right now. The economics of those locations are not being lifted, etc. So I'll talk about that in another chat anyway. But there you go, team. Hopefully that made sense. Wealth Coffee Chat, a little short one today, but remember, we need to keep our language strong. We need to stay in the center with knowledge and experts and support and plan and strategy, 6-star team and tactics. The basis of it is, team, you know the drill. Buy well, never sell. Get yourself a good 6-star team who are going to get you there. And have some fun. Don't be too impatient because property is a marathon, not a sprint. You guys know this one. So, awesome. Digital chalkboard it is, Alison. I love this thing. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, it's a Samsung Flip. If anyone wants one, grab one. They're super cool. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out this morning. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully it was useful. Hopefully you can tweak it, put it in. Reach out to your coach if you think you're a bit sort of, getting excited or you're a bit stuck in fear, because your coach can help you stop and rethink. Dead right, team. If you're emotional, just take a deep breath, step away. The good thing about real estate, team, it's actually quite slow. There's no reason to rush, as in do something overnight, okay? So, that's why I like real estate. Like shares, literally by the time I'm finished speaking in 60 seconds, you guys could have been on an app and bought shares. You can't do that in real estate, which I like, okay? It helps us not do stupid things too fast. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Wealth Coffee Chat done for today. A bit of a short one, but hopefully you guys got a bit out of it. And join me tomorrow for another Wealth Coffee Chat, team. As always, leave a comment in the chat if you have any questions. I will chase them up and put them in my sort of list of things to do as I roll along when it comes to the morning coffee chats. All right, that's it, team. Take care. Have a good day.